Hi guys, welcome to Gameology. My name's Fish, you're watching Gamer Talk, and I'm joined by the meanest in gaming, the meanest names in gaming. He's got a heart of ice, but no, that's alright. But the soul of a warrior.
Hello,
That's
it's Ice
Ice
Warrior.
He's got dark locks, like Goldilocks, but brown. It's Tom. His name's not Randy, but he sure is Dandy.
Hey, Randy Dandy.
Yay! So, this is the show where we talk about some of the latest and greatest in gaming in the last week. We record on Thursdays, so we go from Thursdays. Let's break it off with a light little talk. You know, has anyone played any new games this week? Anyone played out and out?
Well,
I'm thinking of playing the
just
Battlefield.
I did pop on that just before it came on. Did one game.
Yeah.
I found it very long. Those that like the
That's what she
Battlefield
said.
2 will love it. I think it's probably better if you go on with mates and you can create your own squad. And I think it'd be a good laugh. And the fact you can use tanks and you can have two of yous in there and you can have the half tracks and things like that does make it a bit different.
Yeah.
Like I say, I think it'd be much better if you can go on with people. I think going on your own on that type of game, it would just get very boring very
Did you
quick.
use the engineer? Is it engineer or something where you can build stuff? Was that on there?
No,
Or did you just
I
not
literally
use it?
just used the basic class
Ah, I
as
see.
soon as just to see what it was like, and I played it, and one game on my own was enough.
JR Tom, out and out. Play anything new?
Not new games, old games mainly.
I've played some new games this week.
Oh yeah.
I've been on Scum, bought that. That's pretty good.
Oh, is it any good? I've seen a few things about that. Is it a little bit like PUBG?
It's a bit of everything really. Like there's a lot of aspects of this PUBG. There's a lot of aspects of
Real life.
Daisy. Yeah, real life. You've got like it's really complicated in terms of like keeping your calories and all that shite and yeah, like there's these creatures called puppets, which are and they're called puppets because they're not actually zombies, even though they're zombie-like, because they've got this like BCU thing in the back of their head, which is a body control unit. I believe that's what it means anyway, and so they're just reanimated people. So they have the puppets and there's
like in that film on Netflix, Game Over Man.
yeah. And then there's I can't say I've seen it. I want to see it, but and then there's the mechs, which are like these walking like you ever RoboCop, the robot that's like they're like that, and they just shoot you on sight. And to start with, they were like potato aim central, but they've proper honed it in now, and you just get wrecked by it if you get sting.
It sounds too hard and too realistic for me.
It's very early still, so it's still a lot of work to go into it, but
Sorry.
yeah. And then
Is
there's
it a little bit?
Gone.
Is it a little bit? Sounds like with the calorie stuff. Is it a little bit like a survivalist game meets PUBG?
Well, that's it. You've got to survive, so there's a crafting elements where you craft like spears and all that good stuff. You can craft backpacks, but then there's also zones that are patrolled by these mech things that have all like army gear. So you've got like your helmets, your bags, your backpacks, the big bags, body armor, all that sort of stuff. But they're like patrolled by the puppets and the so they're a bit harder to get into.
Sounds very
so you've obviously
hardcore.
where your guns and that are. It is quite a difficult game.
Let's talk about
There's also
something simple. What are the graphics like?
the graphics are good.
Are they good?
They are really good. Yeah,
No, good.
realistic. There's also another game I played this week. Is
Alright.
2 Point Hospital. I don't know whether you've
Alright.
seen me stream this week or
Run
maybe last week I
D93.
was playing it.
Dabble 'em.
Yeah, I stream sometimes. Not often, but sometimes.
No, he plays all the time, but streams very rarely. It's really
Yeah, I
weird.
play all the time, but stream very little because there's nobody there. Anyway, this 2 Point Hospital. I don't know if you've ever heard of Theme Hospital.
Yeah.
This is
No.
some of the creators of Theme Hospital with a new flavour of younger people to make this 2 Point Hospital, which is essentially Theme Hospital, but it's update graphics, different illnesses and stuff like that. So there's like lightheadedness, where there's a guy walking around with a light bulb on his head. There's
I think I scrolled past a sponsored ad on Instagram about it yesterday.
But yeah, I imagine a lot of people have bought it just purely on nostalgia to
Yeah.
see. I mean, a lot of games are getting remastered and this, that, and the other. So it's probably just a lot of it was just nostalgia.
Yeah.
And is it a decent
So,
price?
yeah.
Is it like a low price, mid-range price,
It
or
was
high
about
price game?
£22. Like that was a special offer. That's normally about 25, I think. Which is
That's
not
not too
terrible.
bad, then.
It's not
Yeah,
great,
it's not too bad.
but yeah, that's that one. You got to build your hospital up and get your popularity and all that up.
That's cool.
I remember Theme Hospital spent hours and hours on that game. Not Theme Hospital. What was it called? It was Theme Hospital, wasn't it?
I don't know. I didn't
The
play it.
original.
I didn't play
it's
me.
For your,
You was Theme Hospital, the original, yeah.
for your fault.
Tom, you play out? I know.
I played Skyrim recently again. Picked it up. I
Nice,
played
I
on
haven't got it,
PS3
no.
and it was good on PS3. PS4, they've released it. Apparently they've made it better looking, but they haven't fixed the freaking bugs, have they? No.
Yeah,
The
I've got
best there.
Skyrim, like.
Fucking
Daft cunts.
massive, yeah, massive cunts.
Whoa!
So you have to play with mods basically for it to work. And the mod I'm particularly is like vampire attacks, because for some reason they haven't patched it. Retards.
How do you put mods on it? I know you can do it, but I just don't know how.
On the main menu, there's like a little side book thing, and you scroll onto mods.
Yeah, it's
and it goes onto the mods
Bethesda's
page.
own little mod thing, isn't it?
Yeah, and you have
Also,
to
it just
install
takes you
it.
to the mod page.
Yeah, you can download them. But if
Yeah,
you
let's have a look.
play with mods enabled, it disables trophies.
Ah, I see.
Because some
Well,
mods
my
are like
trophies are shit anyway.
cheating. So
Not
I
that I
can't
like-
max a game out.
Not that I even
play
like
it.
Skyrim. But...
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to buy
Bethesda.
Spider-Man tomorrow.
Yeah, I probably will too. I'm gonna have to get on PlayStation Plus though, because so my bro can get it, and it's only half the price then because he'll pay me half.
I see.
The
Oh, so
downside to that
yeah.
is it's 55 quid between us.
I reckon
Instead
it'll
of-
be. I'm getting it from Asda because my mum works at Asda, so I get 10% off. And games are usually quite cheap in supermarkets when they're first released.
Yeah.
So I thought I'll get it from there. Pay less.
Pay less.
I just
Still get the
I'll be
rewards,
I'll
innit?
be streaming it on Friday night. I mean, this video will probably be up after that, but you never know. I'll
Possibly.
be streaming it. We're going to be streaming some Battlefield today as well after this. Anyway, right, it's time to get into the news. So we've got 3 news articles this week, whereas we only had 2 last week. With some sad news, some interesting news, and some meh news. We'll start with the
Meh.
sad so we can be interested by the meh and the yeah. PlayStation 2 support has finally stopped from Sony over in Japan. That's no more parts and repairs. It's been a long journey. I'll start with you, Dave, because you're the eldest. What's your fondest memories of the PlayStation 2? Dave? Dave doesn't seem to be with us. Hello, Dave.
My fondest
what's happening?
memory is just
What
while
are you
Dave's
Wherever he is.
Dave's doing what he's doing, probably putting his dog to bed. But my fondest memory of a PlayStation 2 was when you played the game, you've been putting a good few hours into it.
Yeah.
You go to save it, memory card full, biggest bane of my life, and just leaving the PlayStation on for days and days and days while you completed this game
Yeah.
because the memory card was full. You
I
couldn't
did
switch
that.
it off. You couldn't do anything like that. There was no way of. You had to find a mate that you could maybe go and delete some stuff off, but with me that was never the case. I've never been able to find anyone. So you had to just leave it on literally for days and days and days.
Yeah. Here he is. Dave.
I'm back.
Yeah, he's back from. Yeah. So we're talking about the PlayStation 2. What are your fondest memories of the PlayStation 2 now it's officially dead?
Oh gosh, I don't know. I remember
Any-
PlayStation 1.
Yeah, but we're not
PS2 was that many.
we're not talking about the PlayStation 1, Dave.
I know, PlayStation 2, I don't know. There's that many because I used to play the old Raw versus SmackDowns on there, and they were class. They were so much
I never
fun.
good them, yeah.
Yeah, they were absolutely mint to play them.
I
I'd
even
say
like
that's probably
those.
I'd say that's probably what stands out the most on the PS2. I mean, apart from of course the Medal of Honors.
Yeah, they were
Medal
good
of Honors
Rising
was
Sun.
good,
Yeah, they were absolutely fantastic on PS2 Medal of Honors. Always look forward to Medal of Honor. I would probably say Medal of Honor in Raw versus SmackDown
Oh, real
for me
cough's
is
come
what stands out.
on. Yeah. What about you, Tom? You got any fond memories of the PlayStation 2?
Oh, Final Fantasy 12.
Final Fantasy 12.
Can't stand
Absolutely
it.
Never
amazing
played it.
game. PS2. Oh, beautiful. 10 out of 10.
10 out of
And
10.
the best game for PS2 is Spartan Total Warrior.
No,
I
never heard of
remember
it.
that,
I don't know if you played that, but it's what a game that is.
Well,
RPG?
it sounds like it would be.
Oh, that's good. Very good.
Is it an RPG?
Or is it a real-time strategy?
It's basically like you play like this Spartan, and it's about the Romans like invading Sparta, and
Is
then
it like
sort of like
Civilization?
no, it's like an actual story campaign thing.
Alright, so you play as a
Third-person
person.
action.
Yeah, and
RPG.
like the Romans attack, you sort of you like beat them back, and then you go into their camp, and like you poison all the water wells and that, like poison them.
Yeah.
And then you have to like go on like a quest to sort of like go to Rome and like kill their emperor. It's like it's not accurate at all, but like it's a fun game to play. Combat's really good. There's lots of gore in it. It's really good.
I remember a great many things from the PlayStation 2. Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
The best Spider-Man game so far. Obviously, the new Spider-Man comes out tomorrow. But that is by far the best Spider-Man. I've still got. Well, I've recently rebought Spider-Man 2 on the PlayStation 2. There's
Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
that's good. And there's
you know, this was really good.
keeping your PlayStation turned on because you haven't got a memory card.
Yeah.
So like whereas you said, Jay, you said your memory card's full. Mine was always a case of I didn't have one. I either lost it. Specifically The Sims, I'd play the first level and a half, and then I'd have to go out. I'd come back, it'd be there on fire. The PlayStation so warm, it's been sat on. Turn the telly off overnight, but leaving the PlayStation turned on. It's there, going like a fan on heat.
I had like 8 memory sticks when I was little.
Did you have one of the big beastie thick ones?
Oy,
No, I had the big thick one, and then I got the PS2 Slim.
Yeah, I got a slimline one.
Did
But then apparently there was like a massive issue with them because they were like the fans, they had no fan in them or something. People
Yeah,
said.
there were two. Yeah.
They'd overheat pretty well, but they're really good.
anyway,
Speaking of,
Yeah, man, lost
Uh,
ages.
also
do you remember with you keeping it on for ages? Can you remember Gran Turismo when it was actually a proper 24-hour match that you had to do? So you had to set the
I
computer to
I
control the
had Gran
car.
Turismo 4, but I never got really
Like
good
Gran
at it.
Turismo 3, I think.
It was one of them, and it actually had one of the medals in it was you had to do a 24-hour
Wow.
race, and it was a full 24 hours. So you played for a few hours, then you had to switch it to the computer to take over, and you would have to leave your PlayStation on for like 18 hours to finish the freaking match, just to get the medal.
I used to like ramming people off the road. Like round bends and stuff.
Remember playing
Oh mate, Need for Speed,
Wow,
Most Wanted.
wow,
Oh,
Burnout.
Well, I'm talking. Fucking what?
Sorry.
Your host is talking. Listen to me. We're playing Grand Theft Auto. San Andreas.
Yeah,
Oh,
legendary.
San Andreas,
Andreas.
absolutely amazing
The
game.
best GTA ever.
Never completed
Yeah.
them.
Vice
without a
City.
sh-
Vice City as well, that was good.
Yeah, Vice City.
Oh,
To
Vice
me,
City was
San
good, yeah.
Andreas is the best GTA they've ever done.
It's still better than GTA 5. It hasn't got online, but you used to put Super Punch in, Pedestrians Riot, Infinite Health, and then just smash people to bits.
Just all them good cheats in, yeah.
Yeah.
Jetpacks, jets.
Just had
The
everything.
problem
It
is,
was
like,
awesome.
If you saved after you put the cheats in, the game used to just crash.
Oh no, I never
Oh, I
had
never
that
found
problem.
No,
You used to go to the gym
I
and
did.
get buff, like, you know.
Yeah, you used to get ripped.
And
That
you
used to be the first
go.
port of call, just going to the gym.
You had to get
smashed
really,
it.
really obese to get a girlfriend on it as well.
Yeah, you had one of the girlfriends. You had to be like
One
really
of them,
obese to have. Another game. Remember you seen your first pair of digital titties in Vice City?
Yeah.
Oh, there's the hot coffee cheat as well for San Andreas.
The hot coffee thingy that got taken out, yeah.
Yeah, it crashed.
Did
it.
anyone
that
actually
right?
see that?
I never
No.
actually managed to play it.
It got taken out, doesn't it, before it released, and then it was only because modders managed to get into the actual game files
Yeah.
and found it there.
Then there was.
So what was
no.
the hot coffee?
You know what Rockstar like?
You never
Basically,
heard
you
of hot
go to the
coffee?
girlfriend's house and you smash her, and that's a mini game.
All right.
It's a mini game of smashing her on the bed. Like a quick time, like pressing X and
So
square and all that.
yeah.
That's very good.
When
though.
when was it released? The PlayStation 2? Was it 2000?
2000, yeah.
Yep, 2000.
19 years old
2018.
nearly.
It was,
R.I.P.
oh, it was a long time ago.
Anyway, moving on up. You have to help me with this one because I don't know the name of the guy. Henry Cavill, or Cavill,
That'll do.
plays Superman
The
in
Man of
Justice
Steel.
League. He's that guy in Fallout, not Fallout, Mission Impossible
Witcher.
Fallout.
Oh.
He's been cast as Geralt.
Geralt.
Gerald, of Rivia.
From the Witcher games for the
Witcher
Netflix series that is coming to Netflix. I don't think it started shooting yet, but what do you think?
It's been given the blessing of the original Geralt off the game, which is good.
Yeah, he's
I
he's-
think it'll be good, partly because it's got CD Projekt Red probably having.
Yeah, they'll probably say something rather.
And
There's a
they're
lot to
the
live up
kind of
to,
company that, like, if they're doing something related to Witcher, you have to take the time on it. You have to do it like their way, if you get me.
I did it
To make it really
my way.
So
Yeah,
that's good.
I don't really know what else to say.
Hopefully it's one of those shows that they don't rush to get out. They take the time, they do it right, and they make it.
That
The
originally could be a
The
good
thing as
series.
well is,
If it's
if you
CD
stick
Projekt,
true to the game, you want it to be a bit over PG. You
The
don't want
last,
you don't want them bringing it down to like appeal to all audience. If you know what I mean, you do want it to have like that Game of
yeah,
Thrones
Netflix
style.
aren't too
rating.
bothered about our ratings on that either. Like, look at Daredevil and
No.
stuff. Jessica
they
Jones
should
season
make it
2
like
is
at least
violent
15 or
as.
18, I reckon.
Yeah.
You could probably get away with it being 15.
Usually, for any American viewers, usually a 15 rating over here in England isn't hard R. It's hard R in America. Like Deadpool and Deadpool 2, they were quote unquote hard R's over in America, but over here they're 15. Like we're just
Thing is,
manly.
though,
We're just
in
manly as fuck.
The Witcher, isn't there like a lot of like sex?
Yes, a lot of it.
There's a lot of boobies in it, yeah.
It may be that they turn this into
And, like,
Netflix's Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, because don't forget Game of Thrones is into its last season. Next season is its final one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. So this will
So-
fill the void for those people who watch that.
Exactly. So maybe Netflix have gone onto a smart thing, realizing like, well, how popular Game of Thrones has become.
Yeah.
It's going into its final season. People are going to be craving for something else similar to it.
Vikings is
Yeah.
I'd
Which could
say
be that
similar.
void. Yeah, I've seen a few episodes of Vikings, but then of course Amazon Prime have got the rights to, and I don't know when it's being filmed, when it's being released. Lord of the Rings series.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they better not fuck that up, because if they do, like, I'm gonna. Oh,
I know. Well, there'll be
There's a
They're
new,
probably like,
a
there's
new,
such a
a new
huge-
Lord of the Rings game coming out as well. Apparently, I saw it earlier. I can't remember what it was called or what it was supposed to
Alright.
be. I think it was a AAA strategy game. I think I can't remember.
Is it like is it a new Shadow War or something?
No, it just popped
No.
up on my
Is that
thing.
DLC?
It popped up on my phone. I swiped it away. See if I can find it. My internet's been naff. Let me just turn my 4G on. Have a quick scroll down. I can't find. Oh, hang on. Netflix Witcher series is out next year. Oh,
I thought I must be filming it now.
they must be filming it now. Nothing else has been
There's,
said about it though, other than this.
There's a few people that were supposed to be, they were in the running for it. Apparently, Idris Elba was one of them.
Yeah.
Mads
What, for
Mikkelsen?
Witcher?
Yeah.
Oh,
for
Mads
Geralt?
Mikkelsen, he was
He'd have been a good one, I think.
oh, what was it? He was Hannibal in the TV series, wasn't
I don't know.
Hannibal Lecter,
Yeah.
he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might have been alright actually.
Idris Elba,
There was
like,
Viggo Mortensen.
Who?
Viggo Mortensen, who was Aragorn
Aragorn in Lord of the
yeah.
Rings.
in Lord of the Rings.
Why would
There
you would have been
was-
Minas Geralt?
Nikolaj Coster-Waldau, he's in Game of Thrones.
Like the average viewer
Maybe
though, like
Maybe they didn't
I've
cast
not-
Viggo Mortensen because he might appear in the Lord of the Rings show on Amazon
Maybe.
as little
Maybe.
cameos here and there.
There's Travis Fimmel, I think, was in the Vikings. Luke Evans.
Alright,
Luke
yeah.
Evans, is that the
Dracula
guy
Untold.
from
Fast and Furious.
Fast and Furious 6? We get
And
stuff
Lord of
like
the- and he was in The
his
Hobbit.
brother. Colin
Yeah, and he
Farrell.
was in The Hobbit. I think he's had his day now. Nah, Colin Farrell, couldn't see him doing it.
I'm not even going to attempt that name, but
The thing is, like, a lot,
Mahershala Ali,
all these names, like
who was in Luke Cage.
They're
some
big
people,
names.
I've not heard of a lot of them. Where Henry Cavill, obviously, he's got Superman on his back. Mission Impossible was apparently amazing. So they're gonna pick him because he's gonna bring tickets in. Not tickets, but he's gonna bring viewers in, isn't he? People are gonna go,
Yeah.
oh, it's got that guy from Superman, Man of Steel, and Justice League.
Yeah.
But Justice League and Superman, they weren't great films.
Man of Steel.
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
it?
Do
true.
people think, the people think, it's got him in it, it's not going to be great, or,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I suppose it definitely went
To be
downhill.
fair, like, if they're making Geralt as a character, you want someone who's just basically got no emotion, talks very like plainly.
Yeah.
And
So they want
can have a
either
laugh, like it's like
they
really
want
blunt.
either Henry Cavill or Keanu Reeves.
Blocker Wood.
Anyway, let's move on. Move on to the next one because we're 20 minutes in. Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is going to have a battle royale mode called BlackOut. A few stuff has been released. A map, picture of the map, looks alright. The fact that the beta is going to have 80 players, a lot of people are meh about that, but at release apparently it might go back up to 100. It's got some vehicles in it. It's got a 4-man Jeep, a 2-man boat, and 2-man quad bike, and a 4-man helicopter. And it's got AI zombies, which is cool. I don't know how the zombies are going to work. But we've obviously got Fortnite dominating at the moment. And Battlefield is going to have something coming out for it, and PUBG. It's going to start getting a bit stale soon, but I can't see it going anywhere else. I can't see what's coming next after Battle Royale. But what do you think of those little facts about Blackout?
I think it'd be fun to play, like with your friends and that. But they have to make the online sort of service for it good. Because if you've got people lagging out, like it's just going to become like an absolute fest, and like people just rage quit and
That's the point of the betas and that, though, isn't it? Like the beta's going to be
because that's the one thing
live.
like Call of Duty games suffer with. It's like server lag.
Yeah. I think
So you have to sort it out.
because like the gunplay and stuff and PUBG and I keep going to say Far Cry. Fortnite isn't great, I don't think. But Call of Duty's been working on its gunplay for however long it's been out, and I think I'm pretty, I'm not bragging. I think I'm alright at COD. So I might actually be alright at this. We just come top of the tail every game. in the last half an hour.
Of course you do. I'm sure I was at the top a couple of times, and Dave.
Once.
Yeah, I think I did
Each.
take a top spot. Yeah.
Hey, but when I got that Volstra Wagga out, I smashed us all. 30
Yeah,
to
because
8.
we actually use different guns.
Banter. Hey, blunderbuss. Nailed it.
Right.
Sten. Smashed it. Anyway, what do you think about the zombies? Like, how do you think they're going to work?
I don't know, as long as they're not... Do you know when we played Horde Point on COD World War II and it got mental? They were just everywhere. It was insane.
Yeah.
I think having them just appear is fine, but as long as they don't like just do hordes of them, so it's like it takes away from the gameplay. I think having them so when you're trying to fight and then they start appearing, you can take them out and stuff like that. Fair enough, but if they do hordes of them, it'll just people will hate it.
I hope they're not as strong as the survival modes, like mid-20s.
Yeah, because the whole
If
point
they did it
of
with,
this
like-
battle royale is against other players, not against zombies. So having them as like having them there when you turn the corner, whatever's fine. Taking them out, as long as when you're in gun battles with them, they just don't dominate.
Yeah. There's going to be a tough balance. I think
Is
what would
there
be
a storm
cool,
thing for it? Like on PUBG?
there will be, and I think you're about to say what I'm thinking. Told me
Yeah.
say.
Like,
If
do you
they-
like before the barrier shrinks, they could just like release a pod of zombies to like give you a warning.
To push you into the circle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
might
you
be
still
useful.
take small damage, but then you get attacked by hordes of zombies while in the circle, that'd be pretty cool. Or even if they're just
No,
in
that-
certain parts of the map. Like, let's say
No,
they're in...
I like that idea
Nuketown.
of the storm or the blackout. That if you try to
Or
hide
put,
in the
like, put the
blackout,
zombies
you've
in,
got
but make
literally
like,
hordes
the
of
health
zombies.
deteriorating or something, so they're easy
Mm.
to kill. But they're just sort of there for annoyance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
or
like
if
the
they're just,
idea
like-
of them in as the storm,
Yeah, let me load up a picture of the map. And
just because
fire.
on Fortnite, and I haven't played PUBG, but I'm guessing the same. The amount of people in it, I know on H1Z1, the amount of people that just stay in the storm on the skirts and then come out on the last little part to try and get the win is annoying
Yeah, I
as
did it.
hell.
I did
know,
like that one game. Didn't I on H1Z1? I was in the
Yeah.
storm the entire game, just bandaging myself, and I managed to survive, and I got second place.
and I know it's a strategy and people can do it, but I think it's not. It's very boring. It's not really gameplay, and I think to have something like zombies, if that's what they do, would be good, especially if they do hordes where if you're in there too long, that's it, you're dead. You're not going to be able to just hang out in the storm the whole time and try and sneak the win at the final bit.
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
right, so I've got a picture of the map up here. Right, there's a few places on it. I'll read them out to you. There's Turbine. I think that was a map. Factory. Don't know. Cargo Docks. That was a map. Fracking Tower. Don't know. Rivertown. Firing Range.
That was
Array.
Rivertown was a map, yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Array. Construction site. Estates. Hydro Dam. Train station. And the interesting too, Nuketown Island, which is an island. Apparently it's after the nuke went off at the end
Alright.
of the game, and Asylum, which is Verrucht. So if they're going to be in places on the map, because if you, I don't know if you've got a picture of the map up, but like the right side of the map is very like brown beige. The Nuketown Island is very beige. The middle of it's green. So I'm wondering if they're going to be more, if they're going to be just where what would
Beige
suit
parts
them.
are.
Yeah, so obviously I
Yeah.
think they'll be in the asylum. There might be a few at Nuketown, but like I can't imagine. Can you imagine seeing a horde of zombies running through Rivertown? It would be pretty cool. They might just have them. They might just spawn randomly in groups around the map. I don't know how it's going to work, but the map itself looks pretty decent size. It looks about 2/3 of the size of Fortnite. But I don't know how the scaling is in these maps. I've got two pictures. I've got the Fortnite map, the latest one, and this. I can't
And
really
there's
tell.
no building in it, which is good.
Yeah, that's one thing I'm really glad about, because obviously PUBG, everyone's super hardcore. So that's going to be nerfed a bit in this, and there's no building, which is great. But might go to people who like are standing about. So we don't know how it works. The beta starts September 10th anyway.
So that's September 10th.
September 10th, but it's a closed beta. You have to have pre-ordered the game. So
Right.
I'll be playing it. I'll do a
When's the
video.
open beta?
It'll all be good. There isn't an open beta.
Why is there not?
Nope.
Oh.
No. So, anyone else got anything they want to say before we shut down?
No.
No,
think
no,
so.
no. Okay. Well,
Well, good of you.
I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please remember to smack the like button and subscribe.
And
Oh.
don't forget, if you do watch the video, and we've talked, you would do it on a Thursday night. Usually, after the video, we do stream on a Thursday night. So it's usually between 9 and 11 onwards UK time. So you're more than welcome to come and watch us whatever we're playing on the stream.
It's we're a bit late today, but yeah.
What's it usually under Fish, by the way, the stream for people that want to watch?
My Twitch account is twitch.tv/The Very Big Fish. I'm the only one out of us that streams PlayStation at the moment because nobody's got an Elgato. It makes me sad. Anyway, moving on. If you've enjoyed the video, please remember to smack that like button and subscribe, and let us know in the comment below. What do you think about the PlayStation leaving? Are you sad? Are you happy? Sadistically? Do you think BlackOut is going to be good for Call of Duty? And Henry Cavill as what's his name?
Gerard.
Geralt. Yeah. What do you think? Comment below. Let us know. But until next time, peace.
Bye.